And I say to one, come, and he comes, and one, go, and he goes, and one, do this and do that, and they do it. Listen to verse 9. When Jesus heard these things, he marveled at him. It's the only place in all the Bible that's found. He marveled at him. It didn't happen for any of the disciples. It didn't happen for any of the miracles. It didn't happen for any other occasion in all the Holy Bible where God marveled at him. Who was him? A centurion, a Roman soldier. He marveled at him and turned around and said to the crowd that followed him, I say to you, I have not found such great faith, not even in Israel. And those who were sent returned to the house, and the servant was well who had been sick. This amazing story happened as Jesus walked off of preaching perhaps the most famous sermon he would ever preach, the Sermon on the Mount, the Sermon of Beatitudes. He had just taught one of the great themes of that message, to love your enemies, to do good to those who oppress you. And now he walks off of that sermon platform in the mountains of the northern part of Jerusalem. He walks into his hometown of Capernaum, and the elders of Israel come and they say, go to this Roman soldier's house and pray for his servant. Pray for him because he loves this country. Pray for him because he's given enormous resources and built us a synagogue, and he's not even one of us. He's a Gentile. He's a Roman soldier, a part of the people who are oppressing and who are absolutely stepping over and on us, and we are under their dominion and control. And Jesus had just taught, love your enemies. Jesus had just taught, pray for those who do wrong. And now it's kind of like, I guess he might have thought, well, I just preached that, I might as well go. But it's interesting that the thing that they came and said he's worthy of a miracle because he loves our nation. Number one, we ought to love Israel. Number two, and he's built our church. He's given of his enormous resources, and we wouldn't have our synagogue without this man using the resources that he has. And a church our synagogue was just where the law was taught. It's just where the morality and the morals of the Old Testament were taught. The 10 Commandments were taught. The 5 books of the Old Testament were taught. And he liked that. He liked that better than the religion of the Romans. And what I want you to understand is there's 3 quick things that caused this man to stand out. This is what great faith can do. That's what I'm preaching on. This is what great faith can do. This man had 3 things that caught the attention of Jesus and caused him to marvel. The word marvel means to be astonished. The word marvel means to be amazed and to stand in awe. One translation said to take the breath away. Can you imagine God in the skin of human man, veiled in flesh, was so moved, not by a preacher, not by a disciple, not by a rabbi, not by a scholar of the Torah, not by someone who performed great miracles, but a man who was not even, I want to call him a non-religious man, exercised so much faith in what Jesus, who he was and what he was able to do, that Jesus said, I'm not impressed with titles, and I'm not impressed with religion, and I'm not impressed with how many scriptures you can quote and how many praise songs you sing that you really don't mean because you really don't believe that God will do anything that was beyond normal. But when he saw a non-religious guy look at him and say, don't come to my house, they said he's worthy, but he said, I'm not worthy. And the closer I get to you, because as Jesus started getting close to his house, the closer you get to Jesus, anything in you that's proud and anything in you that's arrogant and anything inside of you that says, I'm worthy, look at me, I'm wonderful, God ought to bless me. I don't understand why you haven't answered my prayer. I did this, I gave my, I did that, I did that, I did that. The closer you get to Jesus, the more you see your own sinfulness and the more you see his holiness and the more you understand, I'm not worthy, you're the worthy lamb that was slain, and everything I get, I deserve only because of your blood and the cross and the death and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. I don't deserve anything. Well, we've been going to church all these years and God ought to do something for you. Don't deserve anything. All of your righteousness is as filthy rags. But when you look at him and you say, his blood deserves a miracle. His blood deserves my family being saved. His suffering on the cross absolutely is worthy of a healing in my life. Worthy is the Lamb. And when this man, a non-religious man, said, when Jesus was getting close to his house, notice what he loved. He loved his country. He loved the country that he was in. And I just want to pause and I want to say I still love America. I still love the red, white, and blue. I still get tears in my eyes when I see a mother get a flag and know that her son died for our nation. I still love the national anthem and I stand for it and put my hand on my heart. I'm not ashamed to say I love. This is the greatest nation in the world. There's none like it. He loved the nation he was in. Notice what else he loved. He loved the church, and he gave to build it of himself. And he loved his servant. What kind of person marvels Jesus, astonishes Jesus? Number one, a person who has great love for his country, for Israel, for not only that, but he loved the synagogue. He loved the church. He loved it. It was the center.